ready for the Bob Graham Experience.
I just finished rewatching my interview with Dr. Eric Zuley. He'll explain the doctor before his name during the interview. He's an actor, producer, a marketing and branding expert, and a self-described networker to the stars. And I should add, a serious entrepreneur. He's got so many things going on at one time. It's amazing. In our interview, he drops some real gems about business, entrepreneurship, and mindset. He talks about how video games, believe it or not, help him for entrepreneurship. He explains how he keeps his attitude positive. He even describes how he made time for this interview and why it was so important to him in what is an unbelievably busy schedule, and how his approach toward networking is different and working so well for him and so many others. Before we kick things off, I need to make an apology. Because of some technical issues, it appears as if I'm looking down throughout the interview. Trust me, I was paying full attention, as I hope you do, with my interview with Dr. Eric Zuley on the Bob Graham Experience. It begins now.
Hey, Eric, thanks for being here today. How are you?
Hey, Bob. Thanks for having me. I'm wonderful. I would say I'm blessed and highly favored, blessed and busy, but too blessed to be stressed.
Okay, all right. I like that. Too blessed to be stressed. I'm going to use that. So I want to talk to you. You are an entrepreneur. You connect a lot of people to each other. Talk to me about your business trajectory, how you got to this place, because I can't imagine you started your whole life and said, I'm going to create eZWay and Easy Promotions, yet here you are.
Well, I mean, I still remember being in my dad's room saying that, Dad, I really would love to be an entrepreneur, to be able to do the idea of promoting. I mean, and where it really started from would probably be from sales. I worked at CompUSA, Aqua Resource Group. When I was really young, I worked at Party World. A lot of retail sales and stuff. I worked with my dad, and my dad worked with Edison Fire and did Ansel systems and registered, companies and things like that. So I learned at a very young age. But I think what really molded my entrepreneur mind, believe it or not, would be video games, strategy games like Zelda and Warcraft, and games that really make you think. Tetris. Believe it or not, Mario Kart, like things that make you think to where you have to win the games. But it molded my mind at a young age. If I was to really think back, what really was the beginning.
Okay, no one's ever said that video games led them to understand entrepreneurship, but I think that's what you're saying. So can you explain to me your definition of entrepreneurship and how those games actually taught you something related to it?
Definition of entrepreneurship is making your own money. Being able to be your own boss, and not have to, listen and follow the rules of anybody else. You create the rules. That's one of the reasons I love being an entrepreneur. And I also say entrepreneur because I've been an actor, I've produced, I've directed, I've done a lot of stuff in entertainment too. I've been a host for a really long time. And as far as the video games,
then you know what I'm going through.
Exactly, Bob. As far as the video games, it molds your mind to think in a certain pattern at a young age, which means it makes your brain think faster and be able to, multitask in your brain. Because when you play video games and you're having to come up with the right solution in a fast manner, it's training your brain in a certain way. Another thing that I think really helped actually was doing music and freestyling. When you have to think improv off the top of your head and you have to go to a beat and stuff like that, it starts to train your brain in a certain pattern and makes you think faster than others.
Okay, all right, I'll buy that. Now, it sounds to me like you have a very positive mindset. You came on to our discussion very positive. How do you keep that positive mindset, and how do you deal with the uncertainty of entrepreneurship?
Well, the way in which you think, Bob, I truly believe will determine the outcome. So you have to manifest your monetization. You have to manifest what you want. And I truly believe that. I go into meetings and I already know that I closed the deal. I go into interviews and I already know that everybody that's watching the interview loves me. Is going to follow me on Instagram at Eric Zuley or eZWay Family, letter E, letter Z, wink, wink. No, but
Well done. That gets the most subtle insert of your social media ever. So keep going.
Thank you. So I just think that going into things positive and thinking the glass is half full is the best way to go about things.
Okay. And obviously, you must have some setbacks in your life. How do you adjust your mind? Is there a period of time where you're disappointed or frustrated? And how do you overcome that hurdle? Because I know a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck.
All the time. I mean, everybody's going to have situations where they're going to get stuck. Everybody's going to have challenges in their lives, but you got to think of those good situations above the challenges, and there's always someone ready to open the door when you're knocking. There's always a solution behind a challenge, and usually most challenges are just overwhelming. So if you think of it as one step at a time, fix step one, then step two, then step three, and you spoon feed those challenges, they get a little bit less overwhelming.
Okay. Can you tell me a little more about eZWay and Easy Promotions?
Yeah, well, eZWay, believe it or not, is me, Eric Zuley, letter E, letter Z, Eric Zuley, and then I do it my way, and I don't care what you have to say. I'm a leader. I'm an entrepreneur, right? Well, so eZWay is just a form and a brand of how we do things. And so eZWay Promotions, we're marketing, branding, business development, SEO, Google, visibility. We do a lot of credibility behind visibility. Agency, we're a software development company. We do websites. We do apps and plugins and AI and all that fun stuff. But ultimately, because we do those two things, we actually put together our own SaaS network, which is software as a service. And it's a platform that actually puts you on what we created called the Wall of Fame, which is kind of like the Hollywood Walk of Fame or the Hall of Fame, but it's digital, it's online. And we have over 4,000 members. You get your own profile, which gives you, which showcases your bio, your profile picture, your banner, your podcast, if you have a podcast, your social media, your website link. And if you upgrade, if you go premium, you get different buttons, like an appointment button and a buy now button and a donate button and an event button and a blog button, and all the things that you need as an entrepreneur. And most people we deal with do events. They want more butts and seats. So our system does that for you. We get the 4,000 people that we have, or the millions of people. I have over 1 million followers on social media to learn about what you have going on. We have announcement systems. We have push notification systems. We even are working on a business AI and matchmaking system pretty soon. We have a social network. We have a magazine, TV, podcast network, and an online newspaper, ultimately. Really excited about that. That's really highly ranked, and we get like 1,000 views a day. So bottom line, if you want to get more visibility, more credibility, and you want to meet people, you want to do what we call eZWay networking. It's a little different than general networking. It's like next level networking with high quality people. We make it really simple and just give you that playground to play in.
Tell me about your networking approach, because I'm not real thrilled with most of the networking approaches I've experienced. It tends to be me.
I agree 100%. I know what you mean by that, Bob. My approach is I do me. I am me. I mean, look at how I met you. I met you on LinkedIn, and I was just I was myself. I told you about myself, and I always try to start the conversation with a win-win approach. How do I win? How do you win? And I think people like that. And I think people like when you are yourself and you're not approaching somebody to want something, to try to get something out of somebody. You're approaching to create a project together. That's usually a pretty good approach.
So I'm curious, what's the win-win you saw for you and me?
Well, obviously you have an audience. You have a platform. I have a platform that can help your platform. And I just
so that's the win for me.
Yeah, of course. And I did a little research on you. You seem like a cool guy, and I think
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that the relationship building part of entrepreneurship is everything. Nowadays, it's all about community. It's all about building a good, strong community for your platform. And the stronger that community, the stronger your platform is going to be, the stronger your business is going to go.
Do you think that applies to every business, from a landscaping company and a plumber all the way up to, a Hollywood actor or actress?
In some form. I mean, every plumber company or Hollywood actor has a social media, pretty much, right? I mean, everybody, they look at your business branding. If they're going to Google you ultimately, and if they Google you and they see you have a good amount of social media following and you have good perception, I always talk about the way that you're perceived, Bob, is the way that you'll receive. So yeah, it does kind of apply to every business nowadays. Even the most simplest. The stronger your social media presence is, the better your business is going to be.
Do you think a business can get away without a website now if they have a strong social media presence?
They can. I know a lot of businesses that are flourishing because they have a good, strong social media presence. And those businesses have great groups. They have great communities. It's going to be a lot better and more credible for your business if you have a strong website. Because really what it really boils down to is people are going to Google you. They're going to MSN or Yahoo or whatever search engine they use. Most people use Google. And what comes up on Google is going to be the credibility behind your visibility. And I think that's extremely important on a third-party validation tip. One of the things that we do in our business with eZWay Promotions is we teach people how to get Wikipedia for their business and for themselves as individuals. And it's very, very difficult to do that now. You actually have to have a lot of third-party validation. You have to have a lot of press on you. There's actually a process. You can't go just pay to be on Wikipedia or just try to get on Wikipedia yourself. It doesn't work that way. You actually have to have a lot of third-party press validation, and you have to be very, very, very legit, because they will research every little nook and cranny about you and your business. But once you have it, very powerful. Marquis Who's Who in America is another really major company we tell people about. I'm actually a Marquis Who's Who inductee. Notice how I kind of brushed the collar when I did that. The more credible entity. I mean, I've been honored as the next digital Dick Clark, the youngest Dick Clark. I've had Congress recognize me. I've had been given the Hero Medallion from multiple nonprofit organizations, and been honored with the Robert Novak Award, and on and on. So when you go to my LinkedIn or you go to any type of Google and you see I've been in like 17 covers of magazines, people go, wow, okay, this entrepreneur is the real deal. I want to now take more time to learn about their business. And a lot of times they will just click the buy button. They'll swipe a card because of how credible you show up.
He speaks the truth. I can tell you, I was doing some prep over the weekend and I found all kinds of information about him all over the place. And you really do live by what you're describing here. So is that what you need now these days to make for a good brand, or is there something else, or what's the combination for any size business?
Well, if you're talking about branding, you need to really have a plan laid out. And what I usually tell people is the 3 A's. There's power of association, power of appreciation, and power of affiliation. And I'm not talking about the Auto Club. This is what I made up, the eZWay Club, right? So power of association is branding. And you can't just associate to a brand, but look like a small brand. You need to look like a Nike or look like a Netflix. You need to look the part, and you need to really think about the direction and the mission statement that you want to head with your brand. So that's really important. And you got to get the right graphic designer, the right creative mind that knows how to match to your market. It's very important. So the right color schemes, there's actually color patterns. You can look them on Google. Blue is a trust color. And I chose gold for God personally. A lot of people don't know that, but there's reasons. And then if you look, like, let's say you look at our brand, you have a little E and a big Z, right? Well, the little E and a big Z represents that we'll take you to a higher level. We'll help you grow, right? So okay. There's a little broadcast next to the Y. That means we'll get you out there. So there's symbolization to branding The fonts that you used. There's a lot. I went to Saddleback and took marketing communications and learned a little bit about marketing, and so it's really important to get the right color scheme that matches your market, that matches your mission. And it's really important to get the right fonts and the right symbols that represent your brand. Once you have the look and the feel locked down, I mean, I went through 15 different styles and this was wrong. I still remember one of my old brands. It was an capital E, capital Z, and then the A was an antenna. And I remember that was one of our, and then we had to slowly look at all the real professional brands. And then finally we hired a proper company that knew UI design, and that changed everything. And I noticed more business came in too, because they looked at us like one of the big boys, right? So when you're like I said in the beginning, the way that you're perceived is the way that you'll receive. So branding, very, very important. And then everything else just kind of follows from there. A lot of it goes into the research that you do. I learned a lot of what I know now by going on YouTube and researching on Google. I mean, you'd be surprised how powerful Google is. And now I live on AI. I simply go to chatgpt.com, really simple. And I get my proposals, I get my contracts, I get whatever I need. And I get the social media posting. And, we're working on putting that into our own system now because I love it so much. And I want my members to succeed and do it the easy way versus the hard way.
What can a smaller business do? Because getting that branding can be expensive, as you know. 15 iterations to get to your brand takes a little time, money, and effort. What would you suggest for smaller companies that aren't quite at that place yet?
That's a great question. Small business, you can do Zooms. I suggest if you want to, it depends on what you want to do as a small business, Bob. So a lot of people want to build a list and they want to lead generate. I think personally Zoom or Meetin and all these different, these video conferencing softwares, the more people that you can get into a room to provide something, the better. But then you have to think about what you're providing. You have to think about packaging. And you have to package properly. You have to put a funnel together. You have to capture the information. You have to have all that piece there. And I suggest we have a white label of Go High Level. It's a great software that allows you to simply, be able to capture at one time, push out your social media, do your funnels, do your workflows and your automated emails and your invoices. And it pretty much does everything for you. And I suggest doing it the easy way. I suggest checking us out and going to eZWay, letter E, letter Z, WAYI.com and get an account, get a membership. You'd be very surprised on how many different skeleton keys we hand you to get into the right networking doors.
Okay, I'm going to have to check that out. Speaking of that, you've got an event coming up on September 27th, I believe, 2024.
We have an event coming up We have an event coming up on the 22nd, which is the Rhythm in Business pitch party. We have our event coming up on September 26th, which is the newest one, VIP pitch party. And Bob, I got to tell you about the VIP pitch parties. If you want to connect to high quality superstars that have money, that have 6 to 7 figures, that have the ability to truly open doors for you and help you. There's a reason we call it a very important people, VIP pitch party. If you want to walk away with interviews, with podcasts, we have over 62 different podcasts. If you want to win up to $10,000 in marketing prizes, we have a wheel of opportunity that my dad spins. It's a very unique, people ask me what differentiates you from other marketing companies, what differentiates you from other businesses. And I tell people we have a blast, and so do our members making money.
Okay.
We have fun doing it.
What does a membership cost to your all these services?
It's $600 annual, so $50 a month.
Really?
Then we have other premium memberships that grow. There's different levels, but really at $50 a month, $600 annually, you'll get access to the network and you'll get ongoing interviews to keep you relevant in front of the different profiles that we have. And you will grow your social media. You will grow your lead generation. You will grow your alliances and your affiliates and so much more.
Wow. Now tell me about this event on the 26th. I registered for it because it looks like it's all about scaling a business. How big or small business should it be to be scaling at that event?
Doesn't matter what size business you are.
Okay.
It's just an opportunity to network and speak your ideas and your approach. We also actually offer pitch polishing to actually help you get fine tune and polish your pitch so you get more results. We have a lot of services we offer around, because this is our best way to see who people are and what they do. And once we know who you are and what you do, we know where to fit in different pieces of the puzzle to make the whole picture for you. But it's a lot of fun. We have a host. Her name's Joe Welch. We have another co-host. Her name's Mona Tenjo. She's a tech specialist. We have a guy named Matt J. Doyle who has a really amazing podcast and does IMDb. We have a guy that does metaverses. We have another person that does capital raising. Like, we have a lot of regulars that do specific things they're great. We have healers and health related people. We have real estate people. It's just a full genre of entrepreneurs. But ultimately, every single person that's coming in, remember, we're a visibility, credibility, marketing agency. Everybody that's coming in wants to get their business out there more. So everybody has a general reason for why they're there. And when you meet other fellow entrepreneurs, all of our members, all of the people involved with the eZWay family, they all have hashtag eZWay family, by the way. They also have
so good.
They have a mentality of helping. They're not afraid to press the share button. And that's why a lot of people really love our community, is they are a true family oriented type of community. They will support you.
How big a business do you have to be to start participating in that?
Doesn't matter.
Any size?
Tiny.
So my company, that's me and a virtual assistant, could go and feel welcome and okay in that environment?
Oh, 100%, Bob. We welcome a small business all the way to tall business with open arms, and you'll have a blast. I can promise you that. And see, the really cool thing though, Bob, is it's not just the event. Remember, I wish I could share the screen and show you guys this. We have like our own platform that's like a LinkedIn on steroids. So after you're done pitching and people are commenting in the chat, and you meet some people that like, oh, I'd like to connect with this person, that person. We have the system afterwards to follow up for you to connect with this person and that person. And then you add them as your friend, and you start to, build that alliance and that relationship. And then you see them again in another VIP pitch party, and that relationship starts to build. And you come back as a regular, and then really you become an affiliate yourself. And guess what? Your being an affiliate pays for your membership eventually, because we give you 10% of all the money across the board of anything you bring in your pipeline to our network.
Okay. And when you say a pitch, how formal a pitch are we talking about? Do I have to spend the next 48 hours creating a business plan and a pitch deck and like I'm going to a big company investor, or what's a pitch mean to you?
No, not at all. It's just an introduction pitch of who you are, what your business does, what are you looking for. Hey guys, my name is Eric Zuley, and I'm Dr. Eric Zuley. I'm known as the Doctor of Visibility. And if you want to get your business out there, if you're a podcaster, if you have events and you want to get more people to those platforms, we have a very unique SaaS platform that can help you do that. In fact, I'll tell you what, if you put the name Eric in the chat now today, I'll give you a free interview, which we normally charge $100 a minute for. So go ahead and put Eric in the chat, learn a little bit more about doing it the easy way, and you'll find out why it's better than the hard way. Boom, less than 45 seconds. There's a pitch.
Okay. So it's really a high level, not
it's really
like
simple.
A major investor pitch, because some people get really scared with that.
But now remember, there's an appointment button on your profile. So it's a beginning introduction pitch. But then once you meet, like for instance, Paul Rubio is one of our members, and he works with private jet companies and really high profile people. He's a founder of the California Economic Forum, and he's a major guy. The founder of Billionaires Elite, Brian Willis, just to throw a couple people out at you. These types of people that may want to help you. That's when you want to have your business plan together and your mission statements, and you want to have more stuff together, and that's when they're going to book an appointment, or they're going to connect with you on the social network, and you're going to get to know them a while. There's a process before you get to that level. This is just introduction.
If I do the pitch if I do a pitch at your next event and I totally flub it, is there an opportunity to do it again some other time, or is it one and done?
Oh, we do an event 2 times a month, so it's
Okay.
every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people that are nervous to be on stage, but when they meet the family, because of the types of people, and again, all you have to do is just create your membership and get on eZWay.com or go to eZWayPitchParty.com. The invite code is Bob Graham if that's going to be your username. It's really simple because you're going to be able to meet you're not really going to be nervous, Bob, because you already are meeting the people that are going to be on the stage with you. You're already actually meeting them in the social network. You're already getting to know them inside of the SaaS platform. And so the nervousness isn't really there. And if you are nervous, then that's how we're going to polish your pitch. That's how we're going to fine tune your stuff. You're going to get an AI that will call you, or you're going to get one of our team members. You're going to get an email and say, "Hey, Bob, we noticed you joined our VIP pitch party, and how did you feel about your pitch?" And we're going to be very calm with you. And then you may say, "Well, I think it could have been better." Well, hey, here's a couple options that we have to help you make it better the next time.
What leads you to be so involved in this area of entrepreneurship?
Well, I'm a people person. I mean, I'm a man of God. My dad was diagnosed with lymphoma cancer, and he told he was only going to have a couple more months to live, and it's been 12 years now. I actually had my artery severed. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, you see the big scar on my arm. My artery was severed, and I wasn't supposed to be here, and so I'm kind of someone of an earth angel. Everybody has their purpose and their reason for why they're doing what they're doing, and I am just following what I'm supposed to do now at this point. And I like people. I just like to help. I like how it makes you feel inside of your soul. And I like to be able to have my own time. I like to have my own life. I like to be able to control. I like to be able to wake up at 12 o'clock on a Tuesday if I want to, because I control my own life. I think it's really important, especially when you have kids and you have a family and you have all those things that you want. You don't want someone telling you, "Hey, you have to be here at this time," or when you can go to the bathroom. Screw that. I used to do the 9 to 5 stuff, and now I tell people when they can go to the bathroom. No, I'm kidding. But I want to have control of my own time and my own happiness.
How many hours a week do you work these days?
40, 50, 60, 90. I don't remember. But actually, recently, believe it or not, because I have a good team, I have almost 70 people on the team at this point. We have a lot of people. The more people that you get on the team, the more people that you get trained, the more trainers you get that can train, the more you become happier and more peaceful as an entrepreneur and CEO. But I like to stay busy. I'm also on the board and the CMO of Better Vision for Children. We have a nonprofit that we work with to help with kids with their vision and their goals and dreams. So being on that board takes up the time that I would have had to relax. And then we have close to 160 something paying premium members that we work with. I speak on events all the time. I get interviewed all the time on podcasts like this. So I like to stay busy, and I think I just make it a rule of the weekends are mine. You can't have me during the weekend. As long as you make it a rule and you have the balance of the weekends are yours, then you're able to regenerate that battery, recharge that battery, and get back at it during the weekdays.
You seem like you manage a lot of different things, and I mean different companies, different facets of companies, your charitable work, you're helping the people, you're being on podcasts like this. How do you manage your time during the day, or does someone do that for you?
I do have a VA. His name's AJ, who helps me a lot. I have another VA named Kay. I have another VA. As the day is starting, you can tell. I have a lot of VAs. I think that if you have a large business that's operational and functioning and actually making money and as a functioning business, you really do need to have a good team. I have, believe it or not, my dad. It's a father-son business. Me and my dad do a podcast together every Monday. He helps me and calls me and says, "Hey, do you need any help?" He does some sales here and there. And my girlfriend, my girlfriend, Dr. Dante Sears, is our COO, Chief Operations Officer. So I keep it in the family because you could trust family. And then we have our chief technical officer, we have our sales director, we have our publisher for the magazine, we have our publisher for the newspaper. We have different people that are the leaders. And every, once or twice a month, we have team meetings to make sure that everybody's there. And then there's like 50 to 75 people in the Zoom. But you have to have a management mentality and a trainer mentality to be able to manage a business this large. And the more trainers that we certify, and actually some of our members are becoming trainers now, the more they'll pass the baton down. The more that you can get your business to be sustainable and to be automated, the happier you will be at the top. It's a lot of hard work, but it's well worth it.
Okay. Did you ever have a day where you didn't think you were going to be able to accomplish what you set out to accomplish?
I never think that way. Never. I really don't. It doesn't even seep into my mind, because the way in which you think, my dad's always taught me, the way in which you think will determine your outcome. I've always known I'm going to be successful. I never think of the glass as half empty. I always go into things knowing that I've already closed the deals. I always go into the state. I don't even think about, how many people are watching me or any of that type of stuff. I just enjoy doing what I do. And now that I've done it for as long as I have, and I've really truly had the experience in doing what I've done, I've really had a lot of experience. And I think being in the streets versus just learning from somebody else. And actually, when I say being in the streets, I mean actually being in the computer chair, going to the Paramount lot and actually being in meetings and listening to people talk, and being on stage with Les Brown and Sharon Lecter and Jeff Hoffman and all these amazing people. You learn and you adopt and you turn things into your own style. And so the more that I have adopted, the more that I have absorbed, the more I try to turn into my own style of doing things. And the negativity I don't allow in my mind. I got to be honest, behind the curtains, it gets tough sometimes. And that's when I turn to God and I have my faith and I pray, whoever your God might be. I respect everybody's religion. And I'll call my eZWay family sometimes. I'll send a post out on social media, and that's why I think that having a community is so important. And I mean a real, true community that has your back. My community is awesome. I love the eZWay family more than Bob. If somebody says something negative, they'll jump on you quick. Are you kidding me? He did this for me. It's just so awesome. If someone passes away or there's a birthday, everybody will, hey, oh my God, you feel the love in the community. And I think that to keep going as an entrepreneur, you need that. You need that motivation. You need that support. And so I'm just very, very appreciative of the family, the blood support, the people that are like family, and then the actual family community support. It keeps me going every day.
Wow, that's impressive. Tell me this. You've talked to a lot of business owners. You've started a lot of businesses successfully. What are the things that you think most owners of companies, most entrepreneurs overlook, that if they paid attention to it, they'd have a much easier pathway?
These are good questions. Most things that they overlook. Well, I think choosing the infrastructure of your business as an entrepreneur, the POS system that you're going to use, the CRM that you're going to use, the website team that you choose, the building and the development side of things. I think that a lot of times in the beginning, people don't interview enough. They don't do enough research of those particular people that are going to handle those particular things. That's something that I did wrong. I ended up working with a company that ended up stealing my static lines, which is your traffic, which is your money. And I didn't do enough research on these guys, and I trusted them, and they started taking over a lot of the tech and stuff. And it was a bad move. It cost me a lot of money, and it's a huge hurdle that I was able to jump over. And now we've met Tangel and their whole team, and it's just beyond a blessing. And not only have I done it for my own company, but I've turned it into my own software developing business for other companies, and I make very high ticket deals doing that type of stuff for other companies now, licensing deals and things like that. I think that a lot of times people will prematurely jump into the water not knowing how cold it is.
Yes, I think that's true. So I was going to say, when I help people write books or when I'm coaching them on their businesses, a lot of people don't think big enough and don't look far enough out to what they're doing. They tend to think about today and tomorrow, and they don't want to make the investment in their future. They don't want to look ahead. Do you find that in the people you talk to, and what do you do when you find that?
Yeah, I find that into a lot of the people that I talk to. And by the way, on the book topic, I'd love to chat with you too. We have a book within the community called eZWay's Best of the Best, and we choose the best of the best inside of the community. We even have an award show. We're going on our 4th annual eZWay Awards Golden Gala to honor and support and appreciate the people that are really part of the community and supporting others. But as far as entrepreneurs not really knowing what they want to do with when it comes to writing a book or building a company, I think it just goes back into doing the proper research of people that have already done it and people that have been successful at it. And it really boils down to those case studies and those testimonials. Can people really prove, can they show you the pudding and show that they're eating the pudding? You know what I mean? The proof is always in the pudding.
Right. Okay. Part of this program, I don't know if you know this, is called the Bob Graham Experience. Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. I'd like you just to answer them. Short answers. If it takes longer, no big deal. Pretty straightforward. So you ready to experience the Bob Graham Experience?
I am ready to experience the Bob Graham Experience, and I'm ready to help you give your listeners and your viewers a better experience too afterwards. We'll be chatting, Bob.
Okay. First thing, last thing you read.
How about reading? I'm reading right now. My friend Greg Reed turned me on to this book right here.
You flashed it too quick.
Mapping Out the Mystery of the Millionaire Mystery. Step into the secrets of the wealthy.
Okay. Are you enjoying it?
I am loving it. I'm about halfway through it. And they are. I'm looking for my book right now, and I can't seem to find my book. Bummer. Number
one thing for an author, you got to have your book handy.
Yeah, well, I can. You can go to ericzuley.com to see my book, but this book is really about a lot of their life story. But there's a lot of good strategies and tips and tricks that they learned along the way, and very family oriented, which I resonate with.
Okay. Second question. What's your most important inspiration?
Most important inspiration would have to be combined with my dad and my woman who owns Wealth XO. It's the family thing. Also, my mentors. People like Jeff Hoffman, the co-founder of Priceline, and Omar Perry, the co-founder of LA Fitness. And some of the higher profile people, Kevin Sorbo, who's a real big actor, that I've just been really blessed to be around, and around Kate Linder from Young and the Restless, and just the people that really extended an arm to me when I was trying to come up, and are still there for me to this day.
Mentors make a huge difference, don't they?
Yes, big time.
Next question. Your biggest daily challenge.
Biggest daily challenge. That's a good one. Well, when the internet goes out, that's no fun. But I would say sales. We definitely need to increase the sales a little bit more. We have a great openers team. We have a couple closers. We need more closers. If anybody's out there and you're a good closer, a good salesperson, hey, hit us up. eZWayFamily@gmail.com. Letter E, letter Z.
There you go. It's the man who knows that plug really well. What's your guiding principle, Eric?
Well, God, of course, Jesus Christ in my case. But the microphone, believe it or not, the microphone would be my guiding utensil or a tool. Reason being is the microphone's like a skeleton key that will open up any door that your heart desires. The microphone has helped me open up all the networking doors that I've done, has helped me excel and grow in all cases, and has helped me build a business. That microphone I've been able to put in front of so many other people to give them so much of a message outreach. The microphone is the most powerful tool you'll ever come across. And it's what made me who I am. I started a YouTube channel in 2004. It's called What You Need TV, and published it in 2005. And now today it has almost 14 million something viewers and 2,000 something videos on there. And it all was because of the microphone.
Wow, that's impressive. All right, next question. The skill you didn't know you had that you rely on now.
Listening. Be a listener.
Okay.
Be a listener. Adopt. Shut up. The more you shut up, the more successful you'll be. Listening has been a big one. And then I learned early on with CompUSA, a lot of the sales tools were poor, painting a picture, open-ended questions, recognizing buying signals, like the basics of sales. But listening has been a major superpower, I think, that has helped me, better my business so much more, because one, people feel like you care about them, and two, you're able to properly, because before, when I used to do interviews like this, Bob, I'd just be anxious to talk, and I wasn't really listening to what the host was saying. And listening, I think, has really scaled what I do a lot.
That's great. I'd love to give you a moment to just talk through how can we help you today. You've been gracious with your time, your expertise, your wisdom. You've been very subtle with your plugs. If you want to do an overt plug now, it's your chance. I'm going to just get quiet and let you go. So go, Eric.
Thank you so much, Bob. I really appreciate it. That's very kind of you. If you Google Eric Zuley or eZWay family, you'll find out a lot about what we do, eZWay network. I encourage anybody that's watching to join our network, to check it out. If you have an event and you want to super boost your event and get more people to it, get it out there, get it ranked on Google. We have the platform for you. If you have a podcast and you want to get more people, we have the platform for you. A TV station to Roku, Apple, Amazon, Google Play, all the major big devices. We can take you to the next level, the eZWay. And you simply just go to eZWay Pitch Party, letter E, letter Z, WAY, pitchparty.com, and then the invite code will be Bob Graham when he creates his account. And I welcome all of you guys to come, check us out. The things that we really need support with is more stages, more podcasts. I want to get on more stages, more podcasts, get the message out there of what we're trying to do. More affiliates. In fact, I offer anybody that's watching right now to have a free account if you're an affiliate and you bring, say, 5 or more people into the network. We want to grow the affiliates. We're at about 50 to 75 people on average right now at the VIP Pitch Party. We'd like to be at 100 to 150. We'd like to be at 200, maybe 300, eventually 500 is the goal. So any way that we can help to grow those numbers. And then, just spreading the word, using the hashtag eZWayFamily would be beyond amazing. And we'd really appreciate it. And anybody that does use the hashtag eZWayFamily, I will know about it. We have groups all over social media. I will support you guys. And I do something to reward new people all the time. I do a real fun event I do on Zoom called Speed Meet Interviews. It's like speed dating for interviewing. So I hold your hand even if you're afraid of the stage and make you look like a superstar. You get 1 minute and we interview you real fast, and then we put you out on, what Roku has, 280 million something users. We're on Roku, yes. And same thing with Apple and Amazon and so on. So we put you out there a lot. And if you look me up, if you're an Instagram user, Eric Zuley, LinkedIn user, Eric Zuley, Facebook user, Eric Zuley, TikTok, Eric Zuley, look me up, and eZWay Family is the community. I will reach back out no matter, I'm verified and all that fun stuff, but I'm someone that's always going to be interactive and appreciative.
I can attest to Eric getting right back to you. I think I sent him a note early one morning. He's on the West Coast. I know it was early his time, and he was back to me very quickly, and not just back like, nice to meet you, but how can we collaborate? So his his words are not just words. They are what he truly believes and what he truly does. And Eric, I really appreciate your time today. I know you're a busy person. The fact that you took time out for me today means so much to me and to everyone who's watching and listening. I wish you the best, and I hope we see all of us inside that community. I'm going to set mine up as soon as we get done.
Awesome. I appreciate you too, Bob. Thank you so much for having me. And I live for this. I really do, because there was a time that I had my show and I had a mansion in Hollywood, and I was really blessed to get with Actors Reporter. And in fact, the producer of Actors Reporter called me while we were on here at Pepper. I was really blessed to be with American Radio Network and learn how to do press and things like that. And I was really blessed to have my own channel at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and have my own studio and be a host like this. And certain opportunities were open to me. And I wouldn't be where I am now today if I wasn't willing to give back to other people that are starting, things with the microphone and starting businesses. And I live to help others because I know it's going to come back to me, the law of reciprocity. Thanks again for having me. I appreciate it so much, Bob. And I hope you'll have me back sometime. And I have a lot of amazing members that would love to be on your show too. A lot of amazing people with great stories. So let me know.
I would love it. I absolutely love it. I think we've started something good here today. I'm real excited. Thank you again, Eric.
Thank you. I'm going to take a screenshot. Look up at the camera, smile, and
That was the Bob Graham Experience. Want to be a guest and experience it for yourself? Visit thebobgrahamexperience.com to get on the list. And of course, please rate us and listen to other episodes wherever you had the Bob Graham Experience. Until next time.